Good morning, student. Myself Chirag Sukhani, and I'm going to teach you elements of strategic management subject in TY. Now, today in this session, we will continue our chapter number 2 in that part C, that is organizational analysis. And in this session, we will mainly cover three topics, that is meaning and definition of organizational analysis, and next is what role of the organizational analysis. Now, in last video, we completed the competition analysis, that is Porter 5 forces model. Now today in this session we will start the organizational analysis. Now first of all, what do you mean by organizational analysis? Now what do you mean by organizational analysis? So organizational analysis is what? It is a systematic evaluation of organization's capability. What do you mean by organizational analysis? It is a systematic evaluation of an organizational capabilities. That means we have to evaluate the organization's strength and the weaknesses. Okay, in term that is we have to evaluate the strength and the weaknesses of the various functional area. We have to evaluate the strength and the weaknesses of the various internal factors. So organizational analysis is nothing but systematic evaluations of organizational capabilities in terms of what? Strength and the weaknesses of the various functional area, strength and the weaknesses of the various internal factors. That is what? Strength and weaknesses in terms of finance, production, marketing, okay, HR, IT, management, and so on. That is called as what? Organizational analysis. Okay, so organization is what? Organizational analysis is what? Analyzes the internal factors. Okay, and through internal area we can come to know what are the strength and what are the weaknesses. So organizational analysis is nothing but systematic evaluations of the organizational capabilities. That is what? Evaluate strength and the weaknesses of the various functional area, strength and the weaknesses of the various internal factors. Now this organizational analysis, it has certain name. It also known as what? Corporate appraisal. It also known as appraisal of the internal factors. It is also known as what? Audit of the organizational competencies, or the appraising the organizational competencies and the resources. Okay, so appraisal is nothing but evaluation. Okay, so it is also known as what? Corporate appraisal, appraisal of internal factors, audit of the organizational competencies, or appraisal of the organization competencies and the resources. Clear? Now next is definition of organizational analysis. So organizational analysis is what? It is a process through which organization evaluate its capability so as to have competitive advantage at the marketplace. So organizational analysis is nothing but it is a process through which organization try to evaluate its capability. Now organization try to evaluate its capability means what? Evaluate the strength and the weaknesses of the various functional area in that is production, marketing, finance, HR, and so on, so as to have competitive advantage at the marketplace. Okay, so here व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय कम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज, नहीं हम लोग डिटेल में बाद में पढ़ेंगे, बट यहाँ पे टर्म आया व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय कम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज. द नेम इटसेल्फ सजेस्ट कम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज. दैट मीन्स हाउ एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन परफॉर्म बेटर देन इट्स कंपिटिटर्स. ओके, सो एग्जाम्पल मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, आप मेरे कंपिटिटर हो. ओके, सो कौन से एक्टिविटी में मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आपसे ज़्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म करिए एंड अचीविंग सर्टन कम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज. टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ मारुति सुजुकी. Okay, it has competitive advantage in terms of after sales services. It has competitive advantage in terms of wide range of car. Okay, it has competitive advantage in terms of widespread distribution channel. That is called as what? Competitive advantage. So what is organizational analysis? It is a process through which organization evaluate its capability, that is evaluate the strength and the weaknesses of the various internal factors, that is evaluate the strength and weaknesses of the various functional area so as to achieve competitive advantage at the marketplace, so that organization can emphasizing its strength and try to overcome the weaknesses so that organization can achieve competitive advantage at the marketplace. So what is the definition of organizational analysis? It is clear. So what is organizational analysis? It is a process through which organization evaluate its capability, that is what, evaluate the strength and the weaknesses of the various internal factors, okay, so as to have competitive advantage at the marketplace. Clear, all of you? Now, role of organizational analysis, that is what, importance of the organizational analysis. Now first is what, through organizational analysis the organization try to relate itself to its environment by emphasizing its strength and the overcoming its weaknesses. How? कि जैसे organizations अपने organizations को analyze करेगा, they can come to know what are the strength and what are the weaknesses in terms of marketing, production, finance, HR and so on. Okay, so production में, finance में, marketing, HR में कहाँ पे हमारा पॉजिटिव पॉइंट है और कहाँ पे नेगेटिव है, दैट इज कहाँ पे स्ट्रेंथ एंड कहाँ पे weaknesses है. So organization can emphasizing its strength and try to overcome the weaknesses. Clear? So organization will apprise only those environmental factors which are relevant in the context of its strength, thereby limiting the scope of environmental variable for analysis. That means organization को पता चल गया कि कौन से एरिया में हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है और कौन से एरिया में हमारा वीकनेसेस है. सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल अप्राइज ओनली दोज एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स which are relevant to its which are relevant in the context of the organization strength. जैसे एग्जाम्पल मार्केटिंग में स्ट्रेंथ है, सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कौन से एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स को ज्यादा फोकस करेंगे, मार्केटिंग फैक्टर्स को. ओके, जहां पे उसका वीकनेसेस आ रहा है, ओके चलो लिव इट ना, वीकनेसेस आ रहा है उसको जाने देते. सो अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा, लिमिटिंग द स्कोप ऑफ द एनवायरमेंटल वेरिएबल फॉर एनालिसिस. दस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रेंथ may decide the businesses which the organization should undertake. That means जो जहाँ पे उसका strength है वो यूटिलाइज करना चाहिए. सो अल्टीमेटली जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का स्ट्रेंथ है will determine the business that the organization should undertake. Take an example कि if an organization is quite strong in marketing area, so it may concentrate on marketing activities only rather than going for both, that is manufacturing as well as marketing. Okay, so जैसे organizations ने अपने organizations को analyze किया, organizations can come to know what are the strength and what are the weaknesses, यानी कौन से एरिया में strength है और कौन से एरिया में weaknesses है. So जो भी organization है can apprise only those environmental variable which are relevant in the context of this strength, thereby limiting the scope of the environmental variable for analysis. Okay, so organizational strength may decide the business which the organization should undertake. ओके, सो हम लोग ने यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल लिया कि जैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को एनालाइज किया, ओके थ्रू ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल एनालिसिस, सो दे कम टू नो कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज क्वाइट स्ट्रॉन्ग इन मार्केटिंग एरिया. यानी मार्केटिंग एरिया में उसकी बहुत सारी स्ट्रेंथ है, उसके सेल्स पर्सन बहुत अच्छा है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल उसकी अच्छी है, एडवर्टाइजिंग अच्छी है, प्रमोशन एक्टिविटी अच्छा है, सब अच्छा है. दैट इज व्हाट मार्केटिंग में बहुत अच्छा है. एंड सो दैट the organization may concentrate only on marketing activities rather than going for both type of activity, that is manufacturing भी करना है और marketing भी करना है. Clear all of you? Then second is कि through organizational analysis also enables the manager to overcome their weaknesses. Okay, now overcoming weaknesses starts with the identification of weaknesses, whether of a person or organization. Okay, and organizational analysis क्या करता है, organizational analysis enables the managers to overcome the weaknesses. Okay, now weaknesses को overcome करना है, so first of all we have to identify the weaknesses. कहाँ पे weaknesses है, either पर्सन में वीकनेस है या होल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में वीकनेसेस है. ओके यानी एम्प्लॉयज में, टॉप मैनेजमेंट में वीकनेस है, या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के प्रोसेस में, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के सिस्टम में वीकनेसेस है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट, आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ वीकनेसेस. नाउ द एनालिसिस pinpoint the weak areas of the organization and the organization can take various actions to overcome it. okay यानी जैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को पता चल जाएगा कि कौन से एरियाज इसमें वीकनेसेस है, आइदर टॉप मैनेजमेंट में वीकनेस है, आइदर लेबर में वीकनेसेस, कहाँ पे वीकनेसेस है, आइदर हमारे पॉलिसी सिस्टम में वीकनेसेस, कहाँ पे वीकनेसेस है. ओके सो जैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपने वीकनेसेस को एनालाइज करेगा, it ultimately pinpoint the weak areas of the organization, so organization can take various actions to overcome it. okay so here the organization may adopt two methods. First, it can make its weaknesses as a strong point by rearranging and reallocating its resources. That means चलो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को लग रहा है कि हमारा प्रोडक्शन में वीकनेसेस है. ओके सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को क्या करना चाहिए, वो वीकनेसेस को कन्वर्ट करना चाहिए एज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट बाय रीअरेंजिंग एंड रीएलोकेटिंग इट्स रिसोर्सेज. ओके यानी ज्यादा रिसोर्सेज को एलोकेट करके ट्राई करो जो भी वीकनेसेस है उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट बनाने की. ओके यानी जो भी वीकनेसेस है ट्राई टू कन्वर्ट इनटू द स्ट्रेंथ बाय एलोकेटिंग, by reallocating and rearranging the resources in terms of manpower, machinery, money and so on. But we all know that कि जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उसके पास रिसोर्सेज ऑलवेज क्या है, लिमिटेड है. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के पास ऑलवेज रिसोर्सेज क्या है, लिमिटेड है. सो वो फैक्टर्स भी ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा. ओके एंड सेकंड, इफ द फर्स्ट अप्रोच इज नॉट पॉसिबल, okay that is reallocating and the rearrangement of the additional resources ये possible नहीं है, then the organization may withdraw itself from the areas which are its weak point. okay यानी जो एरिया में उसको वीक पॉइंट लग रहा है ना, वो एरिया से बिजनेसेस को विड्रॉ कर दो. ओके सो एग्जांपल, एक टेक्सटाइल डिवीजन है, उसके कटिंग है, उसके स्पिनिंग डिवीजन है, डाइंग डिवीजन है, बहुत सारे. नाउ डाइंग में वीकनेसेस है. ओके जहाँ पे कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन बढ़ रहा है, सो डाइंग डिवीजन हमारे लिए वीकनेसेस है. ओके सो इट इज बेटर डाइंग डिवीजन को विड्रॉ कर दो. ओके और डाइंग एक्टिविटीज दूसरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को दे देना चाहिए. ओके सो इट मे विड्रॉ इटसेल्फ फ्रॉम द एरियाज विच आर इट्स वीक पॉइंट. Clear? So this is what role of the organizational analysis. Clear all of you? Okay. Now in next session, we will continue the next topic, that is process of organizational analysis. Clear? Bye. Take care.